To be honest with you, Linda, I had suggested at one of the CIC meetings, and you were not there, when the people from the bank were there, I offered them to put their name on the sign.
That's a business in town.
But we are a civic organization. And then I was later told, as you made the speech tonight, trying to defend the fact that there was a Democratic booth bought at the October Cross.
Right.
So then later I hear there's a Republican one. Then Fox Valley did. How is that not political in a family fun event?
The Democrats were the last ones to buy a booth there. We bought our booth after the other two bought their booths.
No, that's not true.
That is true.
No, because I'm sorry, you
It is
gave me
true.
the list, and I found out the
Trustee
Dems had a
Sigwalt,
booth
Trustee
on that
Sigwalt,
list. Then
you're
we
out
bought
of
our
order.
booth.
Want to see the list, Trustee Sigwald? We're not
I'm
even on
sorry.
there.
No,
because
that is not true. You're lying.
You're
The
out of
money
order,
is right
Trustee
here.
Sigwalt.
Whether I'm out of order or not, she's lying.
You're out of order.
Money is
telling
right here. I
bold-faced
am
lies.
not
Trustee Sigwald.
lying. The form is right here. It hasn't been turned in yet. It's not a lie. Right
I will
here.
find my paperwork again.
I have the list right here.
Oh, my.
Linda,
Play the board
the
meeting where she
signs
says it.
that you're speaking of will be changed
Yeah.
very soon.
Thank
We
you.
are keeping the
That's all I'm
Carpentersville
asking.
Cares. But to think that there is a group of people, and typically there's just a couple, that has spent their time out there politicizing for whatever their causes, you couldn't be more wrong. Have you joined us out there, you would see. You have one person who's mowing, one person who's trimming, one person who's on her knees weeding, another one weed whacking, someone sweeping the driveway. There is no time for that. Once we load up the equipment, we're off we go, then we load it back up, we're on to the next house.
You
and in
put your
some
signs
cases-
out there to let everybody know that
Yes,
they...
Carpentersville Cares, exactly
Well,
right.
Carpentersville Cares is one thing, but the other stuff shouldn't be on there.
Then we have to decide at a committee meeting, not here, if we are going to
That's
allow
right, and
the
it should have been
bank-
decided first
Right.
before it was put up. And I agree
And-
with you there. It should have been decided before it was put up.
And we will need to know about the bank and the churches, if they can put their name on the signs. I think our residents would like to know.
Could I just get a clarification? What are we talking about as far as what's on the sign?
There were Carpentersville Cares signs that volunteers put in, and they had the initials for the Fox Valley citizens on
And that
there.
was never discussed.
Who
Because
gave
they were doing
authorization to
it.
put those on there?
Nobody
sorry?
at the meeting.
Who gave authorization to put those on there?
Those houses were vacant, and we put them
No,
up
I'm
for our
saying
neighbors.
on the sign itself, who authorized they
That
have,
was their idea to put them up,
who's their idea?
the Fox Valley citizens.
They weren't given permission by the committee
So-
or staff.
I mean, who runs the committee? Is it the Fox Valley citizens or is
No.
it you, Pat?
No.
Mr. Radke.
Yeah. Well, Mr. Radke
No, I'm
doesn't
talking
know,
about
not-
who's running the Carpentersville Improvement
Yeah,
Committee.
that's what he's talking about.
I mean, if that's the committee that's doing the volunteer work, you're
It's not
you're
the
in charge
committee.
of that, correct?
I submitted a letter from that group, and we have a couple of people that do. We're still looking for other volunteers. I've offered from other groups.
But the
to
lawn
I'm
submit-
just saying,
mowing-
who gave the permission to put that on the sign?
Well, our neighbors rather like it, to be honest with you.
That's-
And
you're
they have
still
no
not
idea.
answering
They're
the
looking at the
question.
Your
Carpentersville
neighbors
Cares.
like what on there? The initials of this group on there?
They probably don't know. Nobody ever says anything about their
But why have
presidents
it on the sign?
They are
Why is it we
concerned
could
about the
fire
work we
off
do.
questions one at a time, but once one of us makes a comment, you're gaveling us?
Yes.
Because
You know what,
frankly,
I've had
that's-
my hand
that
up
is-
now several times, and
I
you're
understand,
completely
and I will
ignoring
give
me.
you a chance to speak, Trustee Humpher. I just had a question about what was on the sign and how it got there, that's all.
I put it on there. I put the sign right on the lawn.
But who gave you
I'm
permission
saying
to put the sign up?
who put the logo of this group on the sign?
It's not a logo.
It is a
Yeah,
logo.
it's not
It's
a
no
logo.
logo.
It's the initials of some organization, correct?
It's an
a
acronym.
civic
yeah.
I mean, if you put the Dundee Township Republicans or Dundee Township
Political
Democrats on there,
organization. It's a political organization.
let's-
It's a civic organization.
No, he's talking about the Dundee Town.
Oh, Dundee
I'm just
Township,
saying,
yeah.
if you put other people's initials on these signs, I mean, because somebody in this volunteer group belongs to a group, I mean, what does that mean?
Well, let's take down all the Adopt a Highway signs,
I
the
think
Oddfellow
so.
signs that they've adopted Triangle Park. Let's take everything down that these volunteers are doing in this town.
But you're doing this
Shame
through,
on
you're-
you guys.
Trustee Sigwalt, you're doing
And I
this.
would agree with that.
You're
Anything
doing
to
this as
kill
a
this
village
committee.
You're doing this as a village committee. This is sanctioned by our village.
And so is Adopt a Highway.
Foxville-
And so is Adopt a Highway. And so is the cleanup and the adoption of
Yes.
Triangle
And I
Park.
would move to have those names removed from those signs.
Remove them all.
You mean
It's advertising.
You mean the volunteers that are actually
Exactly,
doing
we're
the work?
volunteers.
Yeah, we're volunteers. We're actually doing the work.
Talking about organizations. These aren't organizations that are on there unless it's a group like the
Odd
Boys.
Fellows is an organization.
There's a difference, though.
Okay.
Wait a minute, the difference is they asked for permission to put their names on the sign.
From who? On each one? Really?
Village makes the sign.
Really?
Go to the board. It was not a board
was
decision.
not brought before the board.
It goes to Manager
Okay,
Anderson. The form is filled out.
let's end this discussion. It's gone nowhere. It's going nowhere, and let's move on.